drives it and cuts towards set it down. Want to throw the ball? They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the ground. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And incomplete. He dropped
that's supposed to be a pick.
At the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that you're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. So McCoy adding to his yardage total in this one. Last year, 895 yards in his first season in Buffalo. Of course, he had Charles 4,000-yard years in Philadelphia.
And you know the man they call Shady wants to throw some shade in
No.
And that one makes it 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It gets it over the middle of Cobb. And he's brought down after a good game. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Rodgers now from Rodgers lost the football. So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's 2nd down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Nobody to escape, and he goes down.
I'm going to put the hit on my dog, man.
This 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And now the first chance for the backup here to throw. Is incomplete.
Ah, come on, Cobb. I thought you had it, dude.
The Bills are going to get the football back. Yeah, with a little breathing room here after the injury.
Hey, Kyle, you had that, man.
How about the reporter asking
There
Jim
you go, drop that.
where he would play Usain Bolt? They said, of course, receiver at 6'5".
I think Jim Caldwell knows what he's talking about. 6'5", that type of speed. I run go routes all the time with him. And let's face it, the NFL, we've had a history of trying this, haven't we? The Cowboys tried Jim Hines way back, former Olympic sprinter.
So are you starting the Bolt to the NFL movement or what?
I would love to see it happen, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Surveying the field. And his throw here is incomplete. Leonard Hankerson, his intended target. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Sometimes it looks pretty simple, batting the ball away, but oftentimes there's some pretty good teaching and practice that goes into it. Being able to get to the receiver, not interfere. Get his hands through the football and knock it away.
2nd and 10, it's Taylor again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A long design him for a loss of 8
Could get a fumble, man.
Third and long, it's Taylor. And he couldn't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, no extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. Rodgers now to throw. Forced out to his left. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. He's going to walk one deep left side here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. Fresh set of downs here. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
That boy Kyler got that, man. It would have been my first over.
Breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So dropped an interception. The key for him now.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Don Nelson.
Johnny Nelson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
That's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it. That can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Fumble.
Just about the 25.
Look over that so we can get a touchdown again. They already know what they're going to go for. Huh? They're going to go for a ball.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Packers are happy to be in front, and they'll look to play another solid half of football. The Bills haven't played horribly, but will need to improve if they want to win this one. All right, let's get it going. Here's the first half highlights. Midway through the first quarter, Rodgers is going to look for a gap, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. That takes the lead up to 7. Packers have it at the 9. Rodgers is going to complete the pass from the gun, and this play goes for a score. The lead now at 14. Third down from the 28. Goodwin's found on the quick pass, and it leads to a touchdown. The Bills trail now by just 7. Packers with the ball late in the half. Quick pass and catch by Nelson. And it's going to end up going for a gain of 42. Packers now land on the drive. Here the catch is made way downfield. And this great play will go for 6. Lead now at 14. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Oh, incomplete.
Hey, mình nói tôi từ anh đã tôi the top.
They're almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. And switching gears here a little bit, you know, the players always talk to us about their Madden ratings. And it's Madden release week.
Yeah, they're never real happy about it.
They never are.
No, they're really not. They always think they're better or want to be better, and they want to see it increase and improve as the season goes along. But just last weekend,
He's got it complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 40 yards. And now they're in the hurry-up. On first down, Rodgers. Davis with it over the middle. It's a pickup of 19. And that leads to a Green Bay first. Into the red zone. It's right. That will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Randall Cobb, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers add on to their lead.
how about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crow. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Another one.
One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. Throwing now. Taylor on the first down. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On second down, it's McCoy. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
3rd down now following the run. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Okay, bro. Oh.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. 10th carry now for McCoy. And very little room to maneuver. They'll get this down to about the 39. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Taylor with a draw on the core. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know the focus is LaShawn McCoy here, but the defense is doing a really nice job. He's nowhere near his normal yardage total in this game.
Such a prolific rusher, well up over 6,000 for his career. How have they kept him down?
Well, a lot of gang tackling, getting to the point of attack with a number of people, not creating any creases or cracks for him to find his way through. As you know, with that agility and vision he has, he can always pop a big run.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And this is going to be incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. Here's Colton Schmidt now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This will be taken at the 13. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Let's see.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Caught left side by Kyle. And he's brought down after a good game. Give him 27 yards that time. And the Packers are going to have a 1st down. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and he didn't do it very often.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw is Rodgers. Steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And avoids the contact by sliding. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
That boy cheated, guys.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Randall Cobb with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Oh.
And now out come the Bills. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not on the team anymore. Just cut it. So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive. Poor punter. Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Taylor.
Somebody, nigga.
A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On third down, Taylor. And that is incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Take it in at the 22. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone
to give it an interception, dude.
to make a big play.
Nelson, this for you, homie.
That's what you're looking for now.
It's all you.
So much about guessing with the play call.
Nelson.
Now it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got time. He's
Told you, Nelson. It's for you, homie.
And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on it.
Throwing is Rodgers. Complete down the nose. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. It'll be a gain of 24 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Finding time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it wound up just being incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, trying to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down. And quickly, they get to the line. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roll free and brings up 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Rodgers to throw for on 4th. And Adams has it complete. And he's brought down after a good game. 22 yards on the pickup there. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Back at the 11-yard line. The rookie from Clemson, Shaq Lawson, in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now Rodgers dancing to his way looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And they're going to go for this sack. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. Here's Rodgers. He's going to feel the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. In there, they drop him for a loss on the play. And here come the Bills. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to play from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Taylor will throw. Left side here, caught by Clay. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And got him in. It's Woods. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Has a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 there, and the Bills are going to have a first down.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant route, but they have to be careful about ball placement.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. And his throw is incomplete. Woods the intended receiver, and that'll make it set.
Play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
2nd and 10 now, it's Taylor. Time for a break. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Taylor. Looking sideline, that's caught by Watkins. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here we go. It's Taylor on 4th down. The kick here is complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. And that's what you got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
A good pick up there at 20 yards. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Taylor on first down. Surveying the field. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A nice pick up there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early.
False start, offense.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. Again, it's Taylor. And pops free. The collision there jarring the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Unable to connect on a first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Taylor will throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10. This is caught. Watkins. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside. Now that ball delivered with good timing, and they get it done.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Charles Clay from 4 yards out. And the Bills cut into that lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Rodgers throwing here. He's got time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. He's still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. And you know, winning is good for all the obvious reasons. But if for nothing else, it makes tomorrow's film session a little more palatable, doesn't it?
Oh, indeed it does. Sometimes it helps you in the grading because the coaches will look at it, and if it's a borderline play for you, if you won the game, you might get a plus in your column instead of a minus.
fields. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Jets going up against the Dolphins. With that, let's get you to a hot and humid South Florida as we welcome in our broadcast team of Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis. Guys, stay hydrated.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in one of America's finest cities, Miami, Florida. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gotton. And you know, Charles, as Larry pointed out in the open, got a couple of great quarterbacks set to square off here this afternoon. That ball's probably going to be flying all over the place, isn't it?
Oh, without a doubt, and the game has never been more quarterback-centric than it is now, and both of these teams have top-flight signal callers.
Getting ready is the kicker, Andrew Franks, and we are underway from Miami. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. They come out here in the first carry for Matt Forte. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings him to third down. And a look at the starters for the Miami defense.
Cameron Wake may have begun his career in Canada, but in the NFL, he's been one of the top pass rushers since he's entered the league.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. But they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And able to find Decker. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you at important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. And that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
They'll give it up to Forte. And an alley to run. Past the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. It's a big play that time by the Jets. 31 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. They go again with Powell. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Throwing on third down, Smith. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be fourth down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So they come into enemy territory. Nice drive to start the game, but they probably wanted 6. They only got 3.
I agree with you totally. That's the expectation. When you get the ball and you start moving it and you're rolling, you think you're going to end up in the end zone. But they should be happy with the 3. A good way to get things going here in this game.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. The play clock's running down. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still first down.
Let me get back to this game, man.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be second down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. To the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield. And just like that, it's third down. And on your screen, the offensive starters, Jarvis Landry, a guy that we profile.
Love his game. Not only is he going to beat you with athleticism, he's going to outwork you as well. And look for him to hurt you also in the kick return game.
7 yards remaining here on third down.
I end up playing with these moves. I don't know.
Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now fourth down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Time running out here on the play clock. They are going for it. It's Tannehill. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. And New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're men too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board. 3 points is 3 points. And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. To me, that's a superior play by the backup because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level, get the linebacker.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gordon with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Play action. It's Smith. Finding time. Right side, there's Decker. So we got 3 on 1 tackle that couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right to kind of play it into their hands. And Folks' kick is good, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive, had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
Factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
This one. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Better turn and realize. That's okay.
Back to the air. Tannehill on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now Tannehill being chased out left. He may try and run for this. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field.
You gotta hold on to the ball, B.
2nd down now after the incompletion.
Camera too. You know how does he run them?
2nd and 10, Tannehill once more. Buying time to his left. Battle for it here, and this will be caught. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Tannehill on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And not escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Yes, sir. Face mask, baby.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They run with Ajayi. They'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. The ball carrier there, Jay Ajayi. He's wanted to make sure time and again that we get his last name right, Charles. We've got it, don't we?
And you feel his pain, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, with your last name of Garden, how many different ways have you heard it?
Garden,
So you are going to take great pains to say
Jay Ajayi.
Exactly. We're going to get it right for you, Jay. I'm just Charles Davis. How can you screw that up?
So with 2nd and goal, still had a couple of downs to work with. They tried to sneak, and they got it.
I like the idea that they did it early in the down and distance count. 2nd down as opposed to waiting later on. I think it fooled them a little bit, but how about the push they got up front to get the quarterback for them?
Big push and a touchdown to boot. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defensive position, and he just gets taken out.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And back onto the field, here comes the Dolphins defense. And a really nice job last time. Offense had great field position, but they were able to hold them just 4 plays and then to hit the field goal.
We saw the benefits of practice there from the defense, though, didn't we? Because most teams, when they got that type of field position, they have to start defense on, they treat it almost like what we call sudden change. You know, after a turnover or a big kick return, whatever that is, you tell the guys, listen, you got to bow up. You got to get in there. Make sure you don't give away any more than a field goal.
They bowed up that way. We'll see if they bow up again. On second down, here's Smith to Decker over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be third down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play. Well, thank you. Throwing down is Gino, and able to find Decker. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, Smith. Smith catches left side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. Smith throwing again. And he's got Decker, left side. And he's brought down. And there's a flag on the field.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Now Gino, and not escaping this time as he'll go down. Again, he was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came over.
He's trying to do everything that he's been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
To throw on second down to Smith. Amaro's got it, left side. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Third and long, it's Smith. Got a man complete. It's the tight end Amaro. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up fourth down. Now is Nick Folk in the field goal unit for the Jets. From the left hash, this from 37.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
Not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though his offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Gilchrist. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
When you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job is to stay deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
He's got Smith here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. Now Gino on first down. And over here,
For that shit, he didn't know
out the 28. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On second down, here's Smith. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Smith on third down. And he finds Jason Monroe. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And folks, kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now Damian Williams to return it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this of intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he's brought down after a good game. 23 yards on the play. And now they're in the hurry-up. On first and 10, Tannehill. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. You give him 15 more, and it's another first down. Tannehill on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 13 yards there on the pickup. And the Dolphins are going to get a first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the red zone now, Tannehill steps away to his left. And now he loses the football. Tannehill loses it. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And to the 12, that's where it stops.
Come on, T, they can slide, dude.
12-yard line.
In order to get better, you can never stop coaching these guys. And Ryan Tannehill, one of the issues he's
I'm trying to slide with this nigga. He don't want to slide.
He hasn't been the worst, but the first 4 years he was in the league, he went 9-9-10-10 on fumbles.
So there's definitely cause for some concern, and they want to keep emphasizing protecting the ball, take care of it, because that way it hurts their offense when they continue to turn it over. All right, well, we've got a minute here. Let's talk about injuries, because preseason it can alter a team's fate. Let's start with the good stuff, though. Rashad Perryman of the Ravens, Tom Holly, the Chiefs, both of them off of the PUP.
Yeah, they're off. Unfortunately, Vontae Davis, Colts corner, got injured. Dion Lewis with a knee, and then the Bears' Jeremy Langford also had an injury. So it's kind of the yin and the yang of preseason injuries we always see.
Everyone has to adjust, has to find a way to overcome those injuries. We say we had nothing up note, though.
What do you got?
Victor Cruz of the Giants, all right? Since that knee injury, calf injury in last season, maybe we'll get to see him back on the field in the regular season. He's back in practice.
Run up and come together.
16 yards and a first.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Pressure right there.
I'm supposed to switch, run up and grab that shit right in front of me.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. Doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Out of the pistol, 4-10. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. From the gun on third down, Smith. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield. But that one goes incomplete.
Now Landry. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you
from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The Pro Bowler, Muhammad Wilkerson, able to drop him for a loss of 4. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Here's Tannehill now on second down. Being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. That one good for 10 yards. And they're going to face a third down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They are going for it. It's Tannehill. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And avoids the contact by sliding. That'll be a gain of 16. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And they're going to speed things up here. Now a first down throw, Tannehill going deep here for Landry. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
And quickly, they get to the line. On first down, Tannehill dancing to his left. And it'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And the Dolphins have a first down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. J&J, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are once again going to retake the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss.
They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed down. Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown.
Should have just went for my field goal.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Back now in Miami. And we've got a dandy here. A one-point game as we begin the fourth. On second down, here's Smith. A dump off to Forte. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Smith catches left side. 18 yards on the pickup there. That's good for a Jets first down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And he's brought down. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. Good throw, good catch, and the post route successful for the offense.
Really difficult on the defender. He got moved out of the middle of the field and tried to scramble to recover, but it was too late to stop the completion.
They'll run with Forte. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Well, now play the expression, don't blink, you might miss something. Certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over.
And they'll go backwards here. Losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either call pressure or what I like to call straight-out pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage loss.
Another stop on third down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
And Folks' kick is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the fourth. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've made every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm willing to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
On first and 10, Tannehill escapes the side, forced out to his left, and able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it a second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. To throw on second down is Tannehill. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Every now and then, you hope some volleyball training actually comes into play as a defender. When a ball's tipped in the air, nice play by the defense, got a hand on it, but when it's in the air, it's up for grabs. And too many out and spikes it, knocks it to the ground. Don't let him have that opportunity.
He may try and run for this. Penalty marker is down here.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
After that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Tannehill on first down. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. You give him 15 more, and it's another first down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a first down in field goal range already. On first down, it's Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Back to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Back to throw. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. Now leaving with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter play. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll look to throw. And he can't get the throw away. He's taken down. Sheldon Richardson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Here's Matt Forte as he gets set to go and heads back out there. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise? Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. A couple of Dolphins in on the stop. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They come out here in the aisle. A running play now for Forte. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. This is the running back Powell. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, certainly a tough loss here, but they've got to move on. And you have another opponent next week. You dwell on this one, it hurts you the following week. That's where the 24-hour rule comes into play. Win or lose for all teams. Either enjoy the win for 24 or reflect on the loss for 24, then put it aside and move forward. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Miami, so long, everybody.
Not headed to the airport for this one. One more day here will suit me just fine.